Hey guys, running late per usual. Late is the name of the game. On my way to yoga. Got off TikTok live later than normal. So that's how it just threw off my whole morning. But my thing with being late to a fitness class is I don't like to draw attention to myself. I know that sounds crazy because I am 6'3", so it's like no matter what I do with life, I'm gonna always draw attention to myself. But I really don't like it. I might still do it if I'm only 5 minutes late. I'll still go, and if I'm more than that, maybe not. I don't know. Plus, it depends on traffic. It's a 15-minute drive, and we have like 18 minutes to get there. So that means we cannot have any traffic in order to pull up and be in the yoga studio before class begins. Like, everything has to go well on this drive. But anyways, so that's that. We'll see. Hopefully I can get in there. But that's that. So, how are y'all feeling today? I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. Temperature check, 84 degrees. Summer is over. Am I upset? No, not really. I don't mind summer being over. I don't like heat like that. Sorry, I got my tumbler, but it doesn't fit properly in the cup holder. I don't want it to be like rocking around, making noise. Make sure y'all drink y'all's water. Yeah. Okay. So, life update. Life is lifing. I have some, I don't know, my thing with content creation is still just trying to figure out what I want to share and what I don't. Just know my life is lifing. Got some personal stuff going on. Just, without getting into too much detail, the biggest thing I can tell you is stick to your boundaries, man. Stick to your goddamn boundaries. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I used to think, no, as long as it's not blood. Stick to your boundaries. Stick to your boundaries. No is no. People either fall in line or get lost. You get with it or you get lost. Don't always stay true to yourself. Always stay true to yourself. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. And just stand 10 toes down. If you're not okay with something, if you don't like something, then that's just what it is. Like, don't let people try to make you feel like you're doing wrong because you standing on business. And this is coming from an ex. Of course he's not gonna let me over. Of course he's not gonna let me over. Of course they're not gonna let me over either. Because why would they do that? Why on earth would they let me over? And this advice is coming from an ex-people pleaser, okay? So, honestly, I feel like a lot of people are not used to me having boundaries. Because I used to always be, okay, how can I help? Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm gonna do this. But now, that version of Jasmine is gone. This version of Jasmine, she's here. She has arrived, and she's not going anywhere. If your request is gonna get in the way of what I've got going on, like my business, my content, my mental health, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, because nothing, and I mean nothing, is coming before my dreams. Nothing. I don't have any kids. Like, nothing and nobody is coming before my dreams. Nothing and nobody is coming before my business. Nothing and nobody is coming before my mental health. Like, you can hate it or love it. It is what it is, you know? And I stand 10 toes down on that. I'm not budging. And with that, you're going to get pushback. With that, you're going to get disrespect. With that, you're going to get naysayers. You're going to get people talking about something you've changed. You know, they're calling you names, talking about you, smear campaigns. It's always going to be that. It's always going to be that. And this is why I'm going to yoga. Because it's just like, it doesn't matter what you do for people. If people want to see you in a bad light, they will. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how you've helped them. None of that matters. When people have made it up in their mind that they are mad at you because you're not going to move your boundaries to accommodate them, it's over. Like, that's the picture they're gonna paint of you, and that just is what it is. And they're gonna run around and tell people you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But what they're not gonna do is tell you all of the things that you have done. No. Why would they do that? Because if they tell people what you have done for them, then they can no longer paint the image that you're a bad person. That's just human behavior. And that's not just with family, that's with friends. Like, that could be with anybody. Like, that could be with anybody. It could be with people that you least expect. It just is what it is. Like, one thing I've learned on my entrepreneurial journey, my self-development journey, my skin has become so thick. Like, it's freaking armor. Because I've seen stuff, and again, like, I'm not sitting here saying this happened with hundreds of relationships that I've had. I never had a big circle in the first place. I never had a big circle of friends or a big circle of family in the first place. It has always been small. I'm the person, I value deeper connections with fewer people than, not so deep connections with larger people, surface level connections. I'm very introverted. That's number one. I'm not quick to call somebody my friend. That's number two. And number three, I can be by myself. Like, I don't need to be around people to feel whole. I used to, but I don't anymore. And so, because I value deep connections with people, I'm not going to have a lot of friends. People, acquaintances, whatever, is going to be like surface level type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you really build a deep connection with a whole bunch of people? You can't. So when I'm telling y'all my experiences, just know, like, it goes without saying, it's just a handful of people, because I don't have a lot of people in my life. I've never been the person with a whole bunch of friends. Like, never. But being on my entrepreneurial journey, like, I've developed thick skin. I've lost the relationships that I've had with people. And again, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, it's all their fault. I understand I may have some shit with me too. I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect. But I've never intentionally done anything to hurt somebody. I just feel, from my own perspective, from my lens, it just feels like, as I started trying to upgrade my life, level up, glow up, it's like I feel like people be trying to hold on to the old version of me. I'm completely different than how I used to be. Like, that's just facts. That is just facts. Like, if you were to had known me, if I was making content 8 years ago, 10 years ago versus today, like, y'all wouldn't even recognize me. And I think a lot of times, like, as you develop, people just want to hold on to that older version of you, the version that, would accommodate their needs, no matter how it made you feel, no matter what kind of inconvenience it put you through. That's how they remember you. And so when you are no longer on that type of time, just know you're gonna ruffle some feathers. You're gonna be ruffling some feathers, honey, because people are gonna be like, who is this version of you? Like, telling me, no, I did this, I did that. What about this? What about that? Doesn't matter, because I have reciprocated. I have done for you. But what you're not gonna do is get in the way of me and mine. You're not gonna get in the way of my peace. Like, when you develop peace in your life, you hold on to that. It is so sacred. You are not giving it up without a fight. Like, it's not gonna happen. And because I have peace, the minute I feel like you're disrupting it, you're disturbing it, you get in the way of it, no, absolutely not. You can call me sensitive, call me overthinking, call it what you want. I feel how I feel. And how I'm feeling is you getting in the way of my peace. And so then, therefore, we got to put some distance between us. We have got to put some distance between us, honey, because I'm not with all that. not. I don't care. I don't care. So, you know, and it's frustrating because then the smear campaigns start. The smear campaigns begin. Now they only telling one side of the story. Of course, the side that benefits them. The side that makes them look like the victim. Woe is me. Then you just over here shaking your head like, that's literally a fraction of the truth. You done flipped it and spun it into some whole other shit. Just to what? Make you feel good. Don't matter what kind of image you painting. I mean, I don't really care if people think anyways, but it's just the principle for me. It's just like, dang, like you really go, you're willing to go to that extent. Where's all this energy coming from? It's just coming from some information I done received not too long ago. That's where it's coming from. And I was like, woo, child, thank God I'm going to yoga. Thank God your girl is headed to yoga, because honey, child. That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing too. I don't be knowing if it's because I'm leveling up or I'm just seeing the world differently now. Well, I guess it comes with leveling up. I just don't feel like I'm naive. Like I used to be naive. Like, I'll admit it. I used to be very naive. I grew up very sheltered. I always used to see the good in people. Like I did. Like I would say maybe past 2 years, that perspective of me started to change. But I used to really just see the good in people. I used to always give people the benefit of the doubt. Even if they were showing me to my face who they were, I was still trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, no, that's not what they meant. Even though it's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's what I heard, I'm like, no, that's not what they meant. They probably meant this. Or they probably having a bad day. Or they probably, you know, always giving people the benefit of the doubt. And it wasn't until like these past couple years where I'm like, can't keep doing that. Can't keep doing that. They meant what they said. It's not because they having a bad day. No, they meant what they said. They meant that shit. You know? And so, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I cry about it no more, because I don't. I might be in my feelings for a few minutes, but I've also noticed my bounce back is quicker. Like I might hear something, might have some words with somebody, and it don't sit on me like it used to. It don't weigh on me like it used to. I bounce back quicker. Like I just kind of shrug it off quicker, because it's just like I can either let this person ruin my day, or I can still have a good day. The choice is mine. And I understand that concept now. I used to not ever have control over my emotions before. So like if I got into a disagreement with somebody, that could literally break my whole week. Literally, I can't even make this up. I used to be very, very weak-minded. But now, like, I could have the same disagreement with somebody today. Give me about 10 minutes. Give me about 10 minutes, and I'm back calm. I'm reflecting. But I'm still going to keep moving. I'm not going to dwell. I'm not going to mope. I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to just keep moving. Just keep moving. And, you know, it just is what it is. That's why I keep telling y'all, make sure y'all get around people who are on the same wavelength as you. I can't stress this enough. And if you can't find them people, then I guess you're just going to be spending time by yourself. It just is what it is. You're just going to be by yourself for a while till those people come to you. Because what you're not going to do is bring yourself down. You can't raise people to your wavelength. I saw this guy on Instagram said, when you try to bring people up to your frequency, all you're doing is elevating the demon in them. That's all you're doing. That is all you're doing. And in return, they're going to bring you down to their level. You can't bring someone up. They got to bring themselves up. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do that's going to make people rise up. That's something they got to want to do for themselves on their own. You can't do nothing about it. But what you're not going to do is jeopardize your hard work, your mental health, all the work that you've been putting into yourself, pouring into yourself, loving on yourself, showing up for yourself. What you're not gonna do is let that go. No, that's not an option for you. That's not an option for me. I'm gonna keep working on myself. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep grinding, keep showing up. And people who fall off, they just fall off. It just is what it is. They just gonna fall off. They just gonna fall the fuck off. Excuse my French, but it just is what it is, because I've worked too hard. And the sad part is, a lot of people, they don't work on themselves. They just want to live in this false reality, blame other people for their problems, complain and not fix. They don't want to be solution makers. They just want to be complainers and takers and users and abusers. But hey, that's life. It is what it is. We made it to the gym. I'm literally gonna run in here, do this yoga. Well, I'm gonna park my car, run in, do this yoga. I'm gonna go back home, edit content. Leave a comment down below. Y'all got any video topics you want me to discuss on a car chat? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'll see y'all later. Bye.